1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony until one day a young man catches fire.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another deadline stream, this time for Game Week 25. It's blank Game Week 25, it's double Game Week 25, it's hit season, loads of hits flying around, -4s, -8s, a few -12s. And we're going to talk about all the decisions going into the deadline at 6:30, which is an hour and 26 minutes and 28 seconds away. I haven't made my transfers yet, but as you know, you already know what they are, right? Fernandes to McNeil, Ake to Trent, Mitrovic to Darwin. I don't think too much can change that now. If we do get news that Mitrovic is starting, I might keep him and not take the -4 for Darwin. But I've got to be honest, I just want to do it at this point and just go for the upside of a double game week. So I think that's what I'll probably do. Just really quickly about my team, so I don't want to keep talking about it too much, even though I know it will happen anyway. Ake will probably start now because Laporte is out, and they'll want a left-footed player on, the left side or whatever, either left centre back or left back. And if Laporte was out a bit longer, i.e. Ake was definitely going to start in game week 26 as well, I might sell Mings for Trent instead of Ake, but I just don't know if that's going to happen, so I'm just going to get rid of Ake. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Whether or not I will wait until like 5 minutes before the deadline, I don't know, because with the blank, it would really hurt to have to rely on bench players and stuff like that, so I probably won't risk it. Oliver Sharp, thank you for becoming a member, by the way, when the stream was put live earlier. Lucas, already done Kane and De Bruyne to Darwin and Salah. Would you do Lewis to Tarkowski for one more hit? Possibly, yeah. In fact, probably, I'd say, because I don't know if Lewis is going to start, and I feel like the chances of Lewis starting are quite low, but what do I know with Man City, honestly? I feel like I would do that probably, yeah. I feel like I would probably do that. Paolo, how's it going? Block City FC. Romano, how's it going? Good to see you. Can you rank Everton defenders to get in after Tarkowski? I feel like I would probably get Mikalenko next. I know people like Coleman because he's just scored, but I feel like when Patterson is back, that might be a slight risk. I don't know. The chances are by the time Patterson becomes an issue, you'll probably wildcarded anyway, so it won't be a big issue. But I think I would go Mikalenko before Coleman. Any Everton fans in the chat that think I'm completely wrong about Mikalenko's minutes, but I feel like they're just as good as Coleman's, but there's less players that can play on the left than there is on the right when Patterson is back. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. I have Mitrovic and White, -8 to get Nketiah and Trent. I kind of like that. The only thing with Nketiah is you're getting closer and closer to Jesus being back. So Nketiah is just one of those players. The longer you leave it to buy him, the worse he's going to be. So on paper, that sounds all right. But obviously, Nketiah could be an issue soon. I mean, I get Ben White's not exactly 100% nailed, I guess, but you know what I'm saying. Mikalenko minutes are nailed. Miko is nailed. Yeah, I think I would go Mikalenko off after instead of Coleman, to be honest. I don't even know how much Cody is. I don't even know. I feel like with FPL, you always know so much about so many, not the full details, but you know so many players you probably wouldn't know without playing FPL. But some places you just don't check. Yeah, Cody's 4.9. I just wouldn't spend that. I would just go Mikalenko for 4.3. He's also cheaper than Coleman. Did you just say you do Lewis to Tarkowski for a -4? I just floated this in the FPL audit group chat as well. Another -4 incoming. I think I would. Has Luke put his prediction out yet for Lewis starting? I'm going to assume, because Lewis has hardly played recently. Let me see what he's put. Yeah, he's got Lewis bent. Oh, no, does he? Oh, yeah, he thinks Bernardo Silva is going to play as kind of left-back again. So he's got Ake, Diaz, Walker. I just don't know if he's going to start. The thing with Man City players for me is you can't be sure they're going to play this week, and it's not going to change next week. It's not going to change at all. Oh, yeah, the deadline time is wrong. I think with Ake, it's a little bit different depending on your circumstances. So if you didn't really want to get rid of Ake, you were only doing it because he wasn't starting, and now it looks like he probably will, that's a bit different. But for me, it's about getting Trent, so I'm still going to sell him. So I think I would do Lewis to Tarkowski for a hit. I'm quite bullish on hits in these type of circumstances. It's not just a double game week. It's also blanks and stuff that are either this week or coming up. Let me just change this to 1830. There you go. Deadline's updated now. Keep Mahrez. I mean, I think Mahrez will probably start. Right? I think there's a good chance of it happening. The problem is, I don't know. Like, Foden could play. And if Foden does play, it'll either be for Grealish or it'll be for Mahrez. There was a quote recently that Pep said something like Foden is kind of competing with Mahrez. He didn't really mention Grealish, which was interesting. But I just don't know. I guess the thing with Mahrez, if it does upgrade your team, even if he starts, you can have exactly the same issues next week. The only difference is he's got Bournemouth away. So I'm going to say Mahrez probably starts. So whether or not you take him out for a hit really depends on how good the move is, to be honest. I would be, if I had Saka, I would be pretty... Sorry, if I had Mahrez, I don't know why I said Saka. I saw his name there on Twitter. If I had Mahrez, I would probably want to do what I could to keep him. But there will probably be some people's teams where... it's worth getting rid of him, you know. But I think I would want to try and keep him if I could. In fact, one of the best teams I've seen, even though it's after like a -12, has Mahrez starting. I think it's actually I think the team actually looks a little bit better than mine. I think mine looks pretty good. Thoughts on Robertson? Pretty good. I think Klopp's press conference was interesting today. Obviously, there was a lot of panic straight away about who's going to get rotated. I don't think it really changed too much. We already knew that Gakpo and Darwin were not nailed to start every game, right? As soon as Firmino and Jota started getting minutes off the bench, they were just not nailed. So that hasn't really changed. Like, a lot of people were like, well, Klopp said this, now Darwin's not going to start one of the games. I'm thinking, well, that was going to happen anyway, probably. I don't know, I guess I thought there was a chance of 2 starts, but I would say like 90 to 120 minutes still looks quite good for Darwin. He did say that they have to make... He did say that the front 3 couldn't play all the time, right? So straight away you're thinking, does that include Salah? Salah hasn't missed like a single game this season, so that would be annoying if that happened. But I think it's more likely that Gakpo and Darwin maybe miss a game each. And then in terms of the other changes, there's lots of other changes he can make without it affecting FPL. So Matip in for Gomez, Konate in for Gomez if Konate's fit soon. Robertson could get swapped for Tsimikas. The midfield could be changed around as well. I don't think players like Salah and Trent are really that much worse than they were before the press conference, to be honest with you. De Bruyne, Mitra. Oh no, there's gonna be so many hits. I'm just gonna say yes to. I'm all about the hits this week. I'm all about the hits. Plus, the more hits you take, the better my green out. No, I'm really messing. Am I keeping Mitrovic? I'm probably going to sell him. De Bruyne, Mitrovic, Akanji, and Bruno to Salah, Felix, Trent, and Grealish for -8. I don't completely understand the idea of getting Grealish in as part of a -8. Okay. Or no Grealish and get another midfielder. I mean, if that midfielder is a placeholder, you could just get one of the double game weekers. Or keep Akanji and do Mitrovic and Nunez. Can't afford Nunez and Trent. Oh my god, that's headache inducing. Trying to get all that around in my head. I think you've got to go Trent over. I think you've got to go Trent over Darwin. I just don't think you need to get. I did that yesterday in a members stream. The cable's quite loose at the back, so it doesn't take much moving to for it to pop out. Should be fine now. Should be fine. There's a... I'm back, right? You can hear me, yeah? Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. You can hear me now, right? Someone tell me you can hear me. You can hear now. Okay, it did go mute. Absolute Chelsea, like Chelsea account with loads of news. Graham Potter said something about Aubameyang earlier. I think he said like he's available or something. Oh yeah, Graham Potter on Aubameyang. he does. He's had a really good training week. He's available for selection. Now, I don't think he's necessarily going to come in, but he is like another player that could play up front. Obviously, it could be Aubameyang and João Felix kind of playing off him or whatever. But I think João Felix is fine. But ultimately, I guess what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way is I do wonder if Ollie Watkins is just a little bit safer. It's a little bit safer than João Felix. I don't know. I think the fact that João Felix has Spurs this week is probably playing on my mind a little bit as well. That is for George, who put in that question, by the way. That's why I'm talking about Felix. So I don't know about Grealish. I'd probably get a double game weeker if it's only a short-term punt. And I might get Watkins over Felix. Otherwise, I think it's okay. Mackenzie, Bruno to Salah, yes. Wilson to Nyonto for a -4, and then field 11, and then to field 11, Patterson Tarkowski for another -4. Yeah, sounds all right. Going to wildcard next week, so Nyonto won't be long term. Yeah, sounds fine to me. Whether or not wildcard next week is worth it, we'll have to see. But once the FA Cup results have happened, Juan Pierre, would you do Diop to Trent and Mahrez to McNeil for a -8, or just play Diop and Mahrez? I think you asked this on a video, and I replied. I think I would probably do it. But I mean, I think I do want to set expectations for McNeil. He's not very good for FPL, right? So don't be expecting massive hauls. I'm getting him into fun Liverpool moves. If McNeil got me 7 points this double game week, I'd be more than happy. I'm not really expecting much more than that. To be honest, if he gets 1 clean sheet and two appearance points in each game, comes away with 5, I'd probably be happy with that right now as well. Obviously, if he can get more, happy days. But we'll see. We'll see. Malay, how's it going? Member for 7 months. Thank you very much. Mitrovic out for Watkins or Felix. So I just kind of talked about that. I feel like I would probably go Watkins this week. Would be for a -4. Kane, Mahrez, Ake to Darwin, Salah and Tarkowski done. Yes, but obviously if you can, I know it's not easy for everyone to wait around, but obviously the Fulham game is the first game tonight, so we might get some early team news. But I don't know that for sure. We'll have to wait and see. But yes, if Mitrovic is out, I think I would probably get Watkins for a -4 if you've got no bench. Start Ake or Bueno? Ooh, that's a good question. Because I think Man City have got a really good chance of a clean sheet. And I do think Ake will start. I guess if he doesn't start, that would be annoying though. Because he'll probably come on. He could come on. And Bueno's got the double, but he's not guaranteed to start both games. I think I would start Bueno. I think I would take the risk on Bueno getting at least 1 start and kind of outside shot at 2. I think it's quite close though, because Ake, I think he'll start, and I think Man City are due a clean sheet, and what better time to get it than against Bournemouth away. Forget what the fixtures are. No news on Akanji. No news on Akanji. Jota start. He might start one of the games, but I wouldn't. I don't think you can buy him for FPL, to be honest. I think that's a punt too far. Martinelli to Odegaard for a -4. I feel like switching Arsenal players around again is just becoming a little bit worse the longer you leave to do it. Do I think Martinelli to Odegaard will pay back a -4 this year? I got a feeling Martinelli's going to start twice. So I don't know if I would do that. But I guess you're still going to want your Arsenal players for 26, 27. I guess my hesitation is that depending on what happens in the FA Cup, people might start popping wildcards and stuff. So to spend -4 on a player you might be able to get in on a wildcard very soon, I'm just not so sure if it's worth it. Obviously, for a lot of us that did that move, we did it back in 23 for that double, the good fixtures afterwards, this double. I guess you could do it. I'm just not as... I don't think it's as good as it was necessarily a few weeks ago. I think there's less time for that hit to be repaid now. Is Saka a must-have? Would be a straight swap for Odegaard. I mean, I don't really want to label any players must-haves, I guess, but I think Saka's... depending on whether you think... Okay, let me put it this way. Saka is a top 2 option this week because I think him and Salah are easily the best 2 captains. Now, obviously, you might prefer Saka over Salah. That's perfectly fine. They're both really good options. Is he must-have? I guess not. If you can do Odegaard to Saka for free and the rest of your team's looking really good, then I would probably do it. But most people are not in that kind of position to have such a good squad. Salah Saka captain will be closely split. So when I did a poll the other day on Twitter, Saka and Salah. I basically put Salah, Saka, double game week player, single game week player, and Salah and Saka both came out around 44, 45%. The poll that I did earlier on Twitter, Salah's like 50% and Saka's about 39%. So Salah is pulling away a little bit. I think outside of kind of Twitter, FPL community and stuff like that, Saka will be higher. But the fantasy football fix predictions, they do a prediction for effective ownership. And they actually have Salah higher, which I'm quite surprised about. And it's actually making me think maybe I go for Saka as the differential captain. But I think I'm going to probably hold on to Salah and hope for the best. Or I'm going to hold on to. I mean, captain him. There's just a part of me that just thinks, look, you got your points the last 2 weeks. You got the 11 points. You got the 6 points. Just take that and captain Saka and stop having... It's a bit like when I was captaining Salah earlier on in the season getting punished by Haaland. It just felt so much better not worrying about that. But I'm going to go for him. I'm going to go for Salah. I don't think most of my decisions are really that stressful this week. I think they've kind of picked themselves. I think my moves are basically the same moves I discussed at the start of the week. So I'm kind of okay with them. Shaw, Ake, Mahrez to Kane... Oh, and Kane... to Tarkowski, Trent, Salah, Nunez, -8. In theory, I don't mind that. I think... Yeah, I don't mind that. I think with Kane, he's playing Chelsea this week, so the chances of a haul are probably quite low, although he is at home. I would only sell Kane to fund Salah, and that looks like what you're doing. Ake... I think Ake's a little bit tougher to sell now because he's probably going to start. Mahrez might start as well. So you could get very hurt by those moves. But ultimately, I think I would do him. The only thing I would say for any Darwin Nunez new owners, right? I haven't bought him yet, but I'm going to soon. There is a chance he only starts. There's quite a high chance, I would say, that he only starts one game and he comes off the bench in the other one. So if he starts a game, I think if Klopp is going to rotate Darwin and Gakpo over the next 2 games, then they should, when they do play, they'd probably get more than 60 minutes. Does that make sense? So if Darwin was going to start both games, I think he's quite likely to come off on 60 minutes in both games. But if he starts one and Klopp knows he's going to bench him in the other one, then he might get like 70 minutes. Does that make sense? And then 30 off the bench in the other one, possibly. So that'd be like 100 minutes. But the problem comes then, he's got to play Man United and you're not sure if he's going to start. He's got to play Bournemouth if you're not sure if he's going to start. So Darwin could quite quickly become an issue. That's not going to stop me buying him. I'm just kind of trying to, I don't know, again, set expectations, I guess. I think for me, it's just the double game week looks pretty good. And I just want to go all in on that and hope for the best. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Klopp rarely makes changes before 70. Yeah, but I mean, if you go and look at recently, Darwin and Nunez keep coming off around the 60th minute. In fact, I think it's happened in the last 3 games or something like that. Could be wrong. Rashford to Salah or Mahrez to Salah and play with 10. Oh. That's so tough. I feel like, right, you definitely want... I feel like you've got to sell Rashford. Like, because Mahrez could play. The only problem is you're going to lose a bit of money, aren't you? But you can always do Mahrez back to Rashford, right? But that's adding an extra transfer. Is Mahrez worth 4 points plus the cash you lose on Rashford? That's what you're asking yourself. And I feel like with Bournemouth away, he probably is. So if that is literally your only way to get Salah, I think I would sell Rashford, but I wouldn't be happy about it. Reece James for Tarkowski or Mitrovic for Kuna. I mean, I guess Mitrovic for Kuna, but I don't really like him as an option, to be honest. I think he's only got past 60 minutes twice in the last 5. I'm not sure about him, really. Can you not do Mitrovic to like Watkins or someone else? I'm selling Ake even though he's likely to start because I want to get Trent, and he's probably my best way to do it. I could sell Mings, but I feel like Mings is okay to play next week and he's a bit cheaper as well, so it keeps a bit of money in my 11, which I might need later on. It did put a little bit of a spanner in the works with the Laporte news. By the way, when is the Leeds versus Fulham game in the FA Cup? Oh, it's not till Tuesday, so we won't know till Tuesday whether Liverpool are playing or not. It's a bit annoying. I was hoping it'd be on the weekend. I guess it couldn't be because they're playing, aren't they? Why Gabriel isn't Zinchenko higher points potential? I mean, maybe, but I mean, I'm not going to use a transfer to swap. It's just pointless. I like Gabriel anyway. His goal threat's pretty good. Who to bench? Ake, Mings, or Brennan Johnson? I think it's got to be Mings, right? Fazy, Erkin. With Salah, Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel, Bueno as double game week. Oh, don't knock the mic out again. Christ. Yeah, we're good. As double game week players and one free transfer is Shaw to Robertson, the only viable move. Trippier, Rashford, Greenwood bench, Lewis playing, or Van Dijk, Tarkowski -4 better. Yes, you could do. I mean, if you can do Shaw. Oh, so is it Shaw to Robertson or Shaw and Lewis to Van Dijk, Tarkowski? I'd be tempted to do the Van Dijk, Tarkowski, to be honest. I guess the only thing to say with Van Dijk, he's only just back from injury, so hopefully he's fine. And obviously, when he's fit, he always plays. I don't want to really put too much doubts on it because I'm sure he'll be fine. But I guess that's one thing to think about. But yeah, I kind of like Shaw and Lewis to Van Dijk and Tarkowski for a hit, to be honest with you. Alex, how's it going? Bueno to Tarkowski for a hit, or Botman to Tarkowski for a hit and bench Bueno, or neither and just play Bueno. I would be tempted just to play Bueno in that situation because he should get one start. And if it's tonight and Mitrovic isn't playing, who knows? Maybe they get a clean sheet. Saka got a new contract. I think I captured him. He might celebrate for his... What's he going to be on? Is he going to be on like 200 grand? Probably is. Imagine that, £200,000 every week. Mental. It's mental. Mahrez to Gakpo or Kane to Darwin -4 or none? I don't know about Mahrez to Gakpo. I'm not super happy about Darwin's minutes. I'm even less happy about Gakpo's, I think. So I don't think I would do that. Kane to Darwin only if you need the money. I don't think Kane to Darwin is worth a -4 on its own. I don't know. I'm struggling a bit with it because Kane has got Chelsea, and so that's the kind of game where it could just be a low-scoring game. Maybe Kane gets nothing. Maybe Darwin starts twice, but I feel like for a -4 it's not worth it, unless you need the money for something, because Kane will definitely play in 26-27 and he's got penalties as well. So I feel like I wouldn't do Kane to Darwin for a -4 unless the funds were needed for another move. Is Odegaard must-have? No. Nope. I wouldn't even label Saka as must-have, even though I think he's great. I definitely wouldn't label Odegaard must-have. I should really put my no, actually it doesn't matter. Alright, I gotta change the music. I'm still listening to Phoenix. What we put on? Already done De Bruyne, Bruno, Shaw for -4 to Salah, Gakpo, Trent. I want to do Mudryk, Gabriel for -8 to Saka, Bueno. Nah, I don't like that at all. Like, Saka's great, right? And if you want to captain him, maybe you can do it. But I don't like the idea of removing Gabriel as part of that hit. I know you've got to remove him to get the free Arsenal slot, probably. It just doesn't feel right, especially for Bueno. Bueno might not even start both games. Is Salah must have? Nah, because you could just captain Saka if you wanted to. I'm probably doing Mitrovic to Darwin Nunez. I did ask to see if I could try and get the Liverpool team, see if Darwin's starting. No bueno. No bueno. That's not me saying no bueno in the team, by the way. Kane, Bruno, Almiron, Trippier. Kane, Bruno, Almiron, Trippier. -8 for Watkins, Salah, McNeil, Trent. No Everton defenders. I feel they won't keep a clean sheet. Yeah, sounds right to me. As long as McNeil's not a long-term move. You don't really want to have him in your team. I know what's going to happen, right? Somehow I'm going to end up playing McNeil against Nottingham Forest away in game week 25. I can just see it already. I won't have the transfer because I want to do Darwin out instead. So I'll have to keep McNeil for game week 25 and it'll all be a complete disaster. I'm already picturing it. Already got to play in 11 with Salah and Darwin and triple Arsenal from a -4. Nice. Is it worth upgrading Bueno to Robertson or Shaw to Trent for a -8? I mean, the thing, I think when people word hits, they kind of word it wrong. Like, it's -8 total, but that one move is a -4. Is Shaw to Trent worth a -4? I would say yes. The thing to remember with Luke Shaw is he's probably only going to play twice over the next four game weeks, and it's going to be difficult to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool away from home. So I think there's every chance that Shaw blanks in the Liverpool game. Obviously, he's attacking, so maybe he'll get attacking returns. But Southampton at home is the only real game you're going to miss. So is Shaw to Trent worth a -4? I think yes. You could do Bueno to Robertson instead, but it depends. I feel like you just take out the player with no fixture and just keep Bueno for now. But it depends on what your next few moves are going to be. Would I have pasta or lasagna? You don't really have. That's not really a choice, is it? You wouldn't just have pasta or lasagna because the pasta would be with something. Like I guess you have lasagna sheets, but when you say lasagna, you're meaning the whole thing, right? Salah to De Bruyne for -4, Mitrovic to Darwin -4. Yeah, I potentially like both of them, but obviously we can. I guess with Mitrovic, if we get news that he's starting, you could definitely make a case to not take a -4 to Darwin and just hope that he's fine to play 90 minutes. But I guess there's no guarantee with that. But in theory, yeah, I like both of those moves. The website is down. That's fake news. Yeah, but okay, so I know that's what I'm saying. You get like lasagna sheets, but when you say lasagna, you're thinking of like the whole meal, aren't you? With the cheese, the sauce, the lasagna sheets. Whereas when you say pasta, you're just literally thinking of the actual pasta, not everything else that goes with it. You're eating pasta bake. Nice. Pasta bake's good. I haven't had pasta bake for a long time. Does that make sense? Or am I just talking lasagna rubbish? Darren, that was Darren who asked about De Bruyne and Mitrovic. Yeah, I like that. Tarkowski and Martinelli or White and Gakpo. Tarkowski and Martinelli, I think. Just hope Martinelli starts twice. Darren, I made an error and made my transfers early. Brought in Gomez for -4. He's now injured and also had a shocker last time out. Is Gomez injured? Oh, just broken me. I know, but should I use another -4 to take him out or leave him? I think depending on who you get, you could just take another -4, yeah. Oh, sugar, I've broken me. Remember those cufflinks I had? Alright, stop fiddling with the cufflinks. Is it worth it to have 2 Arsenal defenders? If you can't get to 2 Arsenal attackers, yeah. I think the defenders are good. Jack, I can either do Tark, Salah, Nyonto or Tark, Gakpo, Darwin. I would take the Salah one. Connor, member for 2 months, thank you very much. Shaw, De Bruyne, Bruno and Mitrovic to Tarkowski, Salah, McNeil and Darwin. Yeah, I would do that. So all our teams are going to look the same after this. Like, that's the problem. Like, blank and double game weeks. I know people like them because of the planning, and obviously the double game weeks are always fun for lots of points, but it just merges everyone's teams to the same thing, especially when there's a blank and double in the same week. It's so easy to get rid of the players that are blanking for all the players that are doubling. You're going to see so many of the same variation of teams after this. The only good thing is I've got 2 sets of them, so only one out of... So I've got 4 cufflinks, right? I've got 2 pairs. Only one of the 4 is kind of slightly broken. So don't panic. I'll stop fiddling with them so much when I'm streaming. Should I sell Cucurella for an extra -4? You could do, yeah. I think the thing with Cucurella is even if he's back, like one, he's got Spurs away this week, so it's not great. But also, he's not guaranteed to play with Chilwell around. So I think he's definitely a long-term sell. So depending on who you can get in, I would probably do that. No team news, nope. De Bruyne to Salah. Oh yeah, I've already done that one. Would you take Nketiah out for a -4 to get Saka in? Is Darwin enough to cover Salah in your opinion, or am I insane? I mean, it's not really cover. Like, you're only really comparing Darwin to the other forwards, right? It's not. I wouldn't say it's cover. And if we're going to use cover, I would say he's not really great cover. No. Would I take Nketiah out to get Saka? If you haven't got Salah and you want to get Saka to captain, then yeah, I probably would take Nketiah out. For captaincy reasons, like. Nunez for Felix or Trent for Trent, for sure. I would just keep João Felix for now. Will Gakpo start twice? I would say it's doubtful. Captain Saka or take a punt and go Darwin? I would definitely captain Saka over Darwin. I honestly think captaincy is quite easy. I think captaincy, if you've got them, is Saka or Salah. I don't think there really is another good, really good choice. Like Odegaard, Nketiah, Darwin, Trent, they're all okay options, but they're not Salah or Saka. So, yeah, captain Saka or Darwin, I wouldn't even have to think about that. It's definitely Saka. Nothing in the bank. No free hits for Steve. 10 starting, including Mitrovic. Would you think of replacing any of Mitrovic, Rashford or Trippier for a -4 each? Well, if Mitrovic isn't starting, I would probably swap him for Watkins. You could probably keep the other two. I mean, you could maybe do Trippier to like a Liverpool defender, maybe, but I feel like with no free hit, I'd maybe play a little bit more passive. But it's hard to know, really, because I guess I haven't massively thought about that. But yeah, I think I'll do Mitrovic to Watkins if he's not starting. Again, with 56 minutes from the deadline, we might get early Mitrovic news, but I can't promise you. I don't know anyone who... I don't know if we've ever seen an early team reveal for Fulham. I guess because we haven't really cared about it up until this point. Well, I haven't seen anything on... I'm keeping an eye on Twitter and stuff, but I've not seen anything so far. Is not having Salah the end of the world? Yes, if you don't put Salah into your FPL team, it's all over. The world is over at 6:30. At least then we won't have to think about FPL. Mitrovic won't play, Fulham fan. I know, but like you don't have inside info, right? You're just a fan. And do you have inside info? Because if you do, happy days. I mean, I'm not a Fulham fan. My instinct would be he's probably not going to play either, based on what we know. But do I think Rico Lewis could start versus Bournemouth? I think he could. I don't think he will necessarily, though. Someone said check your DMs. What kind of DMs? Instagram, Twitter? It's I guarantee I'll check it. It'll just be, what do you think of this hit? What do you think I should do with this team? Whoa. Yeah, I don't really see anything, to be honest. I'm streaming. I can't answer people's questions about who they should sell and buy on Twitter, I'm afraid. So you would take another -4 to take out injured Gomez, even though I took a -4 to bring him in. I mean, yeah. I mean, just because you moved earlier when maybe you shouldn't have on this particular occasion, shouldn't stop. Like Gomez is probably not going to... I don't know. He could start one of the games, I guess, but he's probably not going to start either. I don't know. It's a tricky one because he might start one of the games, but depending on who you can bring in, I'd be tempted just to take him out and be done with it. He's not a great long-term option. Am I listening to Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre? No. What a great song, though. Kane to Darwin, Rashford to Saka, Trippier to Trent, White to Tarkowski to enable me to get Saka because I have Nketiah and Odegaard for -12. On wildcard 27, free hit 28. I mean, I think I'd be tempted, yeah? I'd be tempted. I think. If you're definitely going to do the chips. I think, yeah, to get Saka, yeah? Could work out. -12, though. I mean, the problem is you're only removing one player that's blank. Oh, no, two, I guess. Yeah, I'd probably do it. No early team news. We're quite early for early team news, even, really. You've probably got at least another half an hour, 40 minutes until that's even a chance. Should I triple captain Saka or Martinelli? Definitely Saka, because there is a chance that Martinelli will only start one game. Saka's on penalties, minutes are great. Reece James to Tarkowski or Mitrovic to Cunha. I gotta be honest, I don't necessarily like either of those moves. Like, do you not have money to do Mitrovic to someone better? Like, to be honest with you, I don't know. Am I allowed to say this? I don't know. Is there any Wolves fans in the stream? Because I looked at I'm probably not even pronouncing his name right, Cunha, and he's played 69, 58, 59, 45, 63. So he's only actually got past 60 minutes twice in the last 5. Hasn't scored any goals, no assists. Expected goals, expected assists are really bad for all of those games apart from the Bournemouth game, and that is Bournemouth, I guess. I don't really like that pick. And at all. But I'm not against selling Mitrovic. I'm just not sure for him. Like, is someone... I mean, you could look at someone like Solanke, but the problem is he's got Man City at home, Arsenal away, then Liverpool at home, so he's not even that great. He'll play in the blank and doubles in 29, but I don't think I would go there. Can you not get Watkins? No way to get Watkins. That's what I'd be looking at. Doom, 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 doom. You mentioned Sarabia for Wolves, but why not Neves? Neves' numbers are really, really bad. He's just not an FPL player. The only thing is he takes penalties. So if they get penalties, then obviously he looks great. If they don't, you're probably getting no returns unless he smashes in an absolute banger. Sarabia is just playing much further forward, basically. Start Bueno or Andreas. I'd probably start the double game week here, but it's probably not a huge amount in it. Mings, Mikalenko, or Cody... Mings, Mikalenko, or Cody for Patterson. Mikalenko. Edison and Trippier to Pickford and Trent to take me to a -12 hit. Yeah, I probably would do it. I probably would do that, I think. So basically a -8 to do Edison to Pickford to fund Trippier to Trent. So you're gaining, what, like 3 extra fixtures? For a -8, I probably would do that. I probably would anyway. Mahrez and Badiashile to Trent and McNeil -8. I mean, maybe just because you're getting Trent in, but with McNeil, right, he's not a good long-term option. You need to know that if you bring him in as part of a hit, you're going to be taking him out like pretty much straight away. So just keep that in mind. So I'm not. Is there not a different way you can get Trent? I'm not really a fan of telling people to take out Mahrez this week, if I'm honest. So I don't know if it's a good move. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, but I really wouldn't want to do it, I don't think. No, in FPL, the top point scorer will be a single game week player. I'd be pretty confident it'll be a double game week, but it might not be Salah or Saka, right? It could be like, who knows, maybe it's Ben White. Maybe it'll be Zinchenko. Maybe it'll be Robertson. Maybe it'll be Van Dijk. Maybe he'll start both. Robertson and Trent will only start one. Van Dijk gets a bullet header. Although that would rely on Liverpool keeping 2 clean sheets. It's probably not going to happen. Not enough spoken about chip strategy transfers this week has a big effect. I know, but like, what's the chip strategy? It's very hard to know before next week. By Brennan Johnson, Yonto, or Cunha. Johnson is nailed on penalties, plays blank, best stats, expected goals, but plays for Nottingham Forest. Yeah, but his individual numbers are pretty good. I think he's alright, yeah. I think he's a better hedge your bets type of pick than both the other two, even if he doesn't have a double this week. If I had triple captain this week, would I use it or save it? I'd be pretty tempted to use it. The only thing I would say is Man City don't have a double in 29, so they should have a double later on. I think it'll be in game week 34. I could be wrong. So there is a chance if you're someone that thinks they're going to blow their chips early, like wildcard 27, free hit 28, bench boost 29, you would have a free slot to then use your triple captain later. It depends whether you want to risk that it doesn't work out like that. Because what happens if the way the FA Cup fixtures fall, that all of a sudden game week 33 is the best time to wildcard and you're going to bench boost 34 and now you can't triple captain as well. So I think I would probably use it this week, but if you want to try and use it on Haaland, then he might have a double in 34 and you might not use another chip. Depends if you want to take that risk. You know, will Haaland still be fit, etc., etc. I've already answered that question, I think, about a -8 for Gabriel. Yeah, I've already answered that. Gabriel and Darwin or Robertson and Nketiah? I mean, for this week, probably Gabriel and Darwin. Longer term, maybe Robertson and Nketiah. But to be honest, Nketiah, once Jesus is back, he's an issue. Got Mo already. Kane and Shaw to Darwin and Trent -4. Or Kane and Martinelli to Trippier and Darwin and... Wait, what? Kane and Shaw to Darwin and Trent -4. Kane and Shaw to Darwin and Trent... Or Kane and Martinelli and Trippier, sorry, to Darwin and Saka and Robertson -4. -8. I think I would do the second one and get Robertson and Saka. To be honest, I think. Or Kane and Martinelli and Shaw to what? No, I wouldn't do the last one, I don't think. I think I would do the one with Darwin and... Oh, then you get Trent, though, in the last one. So Watkins, Saka and Trent, or Darwin, Saka and Robertson? I think I would take Darwin, to be honest. If you haven't got any chips, then maybe you would get Watkins instead, but otherwise I'd probably get Darwin and hope for the best. God, Darwin Nunez's effective ownership is going to be like, what, 70%? No, it's probably not going to be that high. Let me put a quick poll up here. Your Game Week 25 captain. Saka. It's coming. It's coming. There we go. What's the advantages to Game Week 27 or Game Week 33? Don't know yet. Until next week, it's really hard to know. It's all going to depend on how the fixtures fall. Like, there could be FA Cup upsets yet. There might be fixtures on in 28 that we're not expecting to be on. We just don't know. I can't give you an answer. I honestly, with everything going on this week, blanks and doubles, I would just try and forget about the chips for the most part. Obviously, if you've already used some chips, it might be a bit different. You might want to play a bit safer by going Watkins over Darwin or something like that. But for most of us who've got all our chips left, I would probably just not worry about it too much. Unless you've got an idea of what you're going to do, but I can't help you with that. I haven't got a clue. Unsubscribe, how's it going? Would you take Shaw out for Trent -4 or replace Mings or James in the starting lineup or just not do it? Oh, to replace Mings or James. Yeah, that's a trickier one. I think Shaw to Trent -4 and bench Mings is probably okay, to be honest with you. Or James, but I guess you'd probably bench Mings over James. Ooh. Danny, De Bruyne to Salah and Ake to Tarkowski for free. De Bruyne to Salah and Ake to Tarkowski for free. And have 10 playing. Or De Bruyne to Salah, Kane to Darwin, Patterson to Tarkowski, and Ake to Trent -8. So you're making you're taking 2 hits to get... I'd be tempted to keep Kane. Oh, you're getting Trent as well. I think I would do the hit, but I don't know. I'm not massively sure about that. I guess you're getting like 3 extra fixtures for the -8. I probably would do it, but I like your first moves, to be honest. Is there no other way to do it? Like De Bruyne to Salah, Ake to Tarkowski. Can you do Patterson to someone else? Again, not having Trent though is not great. I think I would probably take the -8, but I feel like with that many transfers involved, I'll be honest, I can't give it as much thought as it probably needs. My instinct is I would probably take the -8, but the fact that you can do such nice moves like De Bruyne to Salah, Ake to Tarkowski for free does make me question whether the -8 is worth it. But I think I would probably do it just to get Trent, but that's me. I mean, Liverpool might be rubbish still. Come on, you don't need to ask me what my thoughts are on McNeil. You must know by now. Did Mahrez and Bruno to Salah and McNeil for free? Would you do Kane, Yonto? Oh my god. Duncan, what is going on? Did Mahrez and Bruno to Salah and McNeil for free? Wait for this. Would you do Kane, Nyonto, Gabriel, Edison to Nketiah, Darwin, Trent, Pickford for a -16? I don't think so. You're swapping Gabriel for Nketiah is probably not massively worth it. Kane to Darwin also probably not massively worth it. Can you not? Do you have to do all those moves? I guess you do to get Kane. Can you not do like Edison to Pickford just to fund Trent? I don't get it. You're selling 2. You're getting Nketiah. I don't think that's probably worth it. I don't. My gut instinct is there. That's not worth it. But again, you'd have to probably assess that. Any news on tonight's team? Nope. Tonight's game, sorry. Should I triple captain Salah or wait? I just spoke about triple captain. If you're going to captain Salah anyway, you want to get rid of your triple captain, then yeah, go for it. Ake to Trent or Nyonto to Darwin. Ake to Trent, yeah. I think so. Who do you think will start, Mitrovic or De Bruyne? I think there's a good chance that neither of them start, but who knows, you know? You'll be able to tell if Mitrovic is playing if Fulham start to get backed in. Some pro punting groups will get the team news before us. FPL knows. Leaving the photo here for reference. Alright, to that person who I won't say the name of. I'm not sure I think I kind of get what you're saying. But feel free to send me an update later on if you think he's likely to start or not. I think what this person is saying is that some people will get the early team news and they'll make bets based on it. And so we'll be able to tell from the amount of bets placed. Which is interesting. It's far over my head. My team is a shambles. My team's great. And it will be great when I make my moves. Got 41 minutes until the deadline. Will Bueno play? I think Bueno gets one start. Would you play Tarkowski or Trippier next week? I mean, I wouldn't really be worried about that right now. But I would. Who have Everton got next? It's Nottingham Forest. So I'd probably play next week. I think I'm going to put both of them on the bench, and Tarkowski will be ahead of Trippier. Put it that way. Already got Salah. Do I do Kane to Darren Noodles? I'm guessing that was an autocorrect, and it's Darwin Nunez. I wouldn't do that unless you need the money for another move. To be honest, I think I would just keep Kane. I'm going to do Fernandes to McNeil, Ake to Trent, and Mitrovic to Darwin. I might regret getting rid of Ake instead of Mings, but I think it's the right move for my team, to be honest. What do you think about double Everton defence? I have Tarkowski, Coleman maybe. I don't have money for Liverpool defence, but I have Salah and Darwin. I don't mind it. You could hedge your bets and go for a Wolves defender instead. I think I would go Mykolenko over Coleman, though, if you're going to double up. Darren Noodles for captain. Absolutely. Rashford to Salah and Mitrovic to Watkins, good move. If that's the only way to get Salah is to sell Rashford, then yes. But if you can get Salah a different way, that might be better. Can see some Trent assist Nunez goal. That'd be nice. Darren Noodles might take some minutes off lasagna, possibly. It's gotta be a Alfred. Is that a? Come on, it's gotta be a autocorrect. Surely, I kind of like it a little bit more if it wasn't an auto. No, I think it's better if it was an autocorrect actually. Already on a -4 this week with 0.4 in the bank and have 10 players plus Patterson. Is it worth doing Patterson to Mykolenko, Diop, Mings for another -4? I would take, if I had Patterson, I would remove him from -4. Yes. I would probably get Mykolenko out of those. Defences, Tarkowski, Trent, James and Bueno. Who to bench? Well, you can't bench Trent or Tark, so it's Bueno or James. That's genuinely tough because Bueno might only get one start. Oh, jeez, I've pulled my headphones out. God, it's so weird when you take your headphones out. It's so much quieter. Bueno might only get one start, and James is James, but he is away to Spurs, so I think I would play the double game weeker. I think. Salad with some noodles, hopefully, yeah, hopefully. Rashford, McNeil, Rashford, McNeil, Shaw, Trent, or Rashford. Oh, Rashford, McNeil, Shaw. Oh, sorry. Rashford to McNeil, Shaw to Trent, or Rashford to Gakpo and Bueno to Tarkowski, both from -8. I don't particularly like either. Is there no other way you can get Shaw to Trent without selling Rashford? I feel like I would maybe not do that. Not for McNeil. And I don't like Rashford to Gakpo either, to be honest. Like, you could maybe just do Bueno to Tarkowski for free, or Shaw to Tarkowski for free and play Bueno. I think I'd prefer that to that -8, if I'm honest with you. If all chips intact, would you continue to save triple captain or triple captain Saka or triple captain Salah this week? I think if it was me, I'd probably use it this week, just in case. But there is a chance that you'll end up using your wild card and free hit over the next few weeks. And then in game week 34, when I think Man City will double, you could have then triple captain Haaland. But there is a risk that you want to use a different chip that week. So I think I'd probably still use it. Perot or Bueno to Tarkowski from -4. God, I got no idea what Southampton's fixtures even look like. Oh, they got the double in 27, haven't they? Leeds away and Leicester at home. Well, this is an interesting question. Perot or Bueno. Whereas Bueno's got the double now, but might not start twice. And he doesn't necessarily play in 28. And Perot has a double later on. And he looks mostly nailed, maybe not completely. I don't know what I would do there. I feel like you can't really sell the double game weeker. And does it really matter if you haven't got Pro for game week 27? I think I'd probably sell the Southampton guy. Kane to Darwin for a -4. Also, best things with Galway. Like to do in Galway. I'd go Salt Hill. Go and check out Salt Hill. Go and check out the river. I should know. Like, what's it called? What are the colourful houses called? What's it called in Galway? I can't remember what it's called. I've only lived there 11 years. Just go into town and go down to the bridge and the river. It's nice. Walk out to Salt Hill. Kane Darwin for -4. Only if you need the money, I would say. Oh, there must be someone from Galway in here. What are the colourful houses called? You know what I mean. Someone in here knows what I'm talking about. Estefi, thank you very much. Nah, it's not. They're not. Cladda's like the other side, isn't it? They're not. That's not Cladda. Spanish Arch, yeah, but it's not got a name. I mean, Spanish Arch is just before it, isn't it? Hang on, is it not? I don't want to... It's not called Long Walk. Yeah, Long Walk. There you go. I didn't want to say it out loud in case I was wrong. I just Googled it. The Long Walk. That's it. Go to the Long Walk. Anyway. I don't want to give travel advice right now. I don't want to get too hung up on travel advice. By the way, I would already say, maybe not too many more super chats. I'm probably not going to get through them all, the amount there are. Triple captain Saka away. I'd probably triple captain in this week if I still had it. Martinez to Odegaard for a hit. I'm not sure I would do that this week. Martinez to Saka for -4. Well, it's -8, but it's basically a -4. I'd be more tempted to do that for sure. No news on Mitrovic. Mahrez, Andreas, and Nketiah with a -4, or Odegaard, McNeil, Mitro. I mean, probably Odegaard, McNeil, Mitrovic this week if Mitrovic plays. Tarkowski in from Gomez for a -4 if you already have Patterson and Pickford. I mean, in that case, I just don't like Gomez, but you could just take out Patterson for Tarkowski and just play Gomez and hope for the best. Because Patterson's probably not going to play. Am I walking about Key Street? Not right now. I'm sat in my office. Play Tarkowski or Trippier next week. I've already answered that one. I don't know if I'm doing... Yeah, I've already answered that one. I would worry about it next week, but probably Tarkowski. I haven't made my transfers yet. I'll make them soon, I think, because I don't think anything's going to change too much. Femi, 7 months member, thank you very much. Hello from Lagos? Lagos? How do you pronounce that? I should know. Lagos, right? Lagos? Hoping for a Greenwood star. I wouldn't hope too much. The Salt House is the best thing in Galway. I'd rather go to Oslo. Lagos. I'll make my transfer soon. Don't worry. I'm just waiting to see if Mitrovic starts, just to add some panic into my life, which I don't need. Mitrovic and Patterson to Darwin and Tarkowski for a -4. Looks good. Or Mitrovic, James and Shaw to Darwin, Tarkowski and Trent, keeping Patterson on the bench. Yeah, I like the second move if you've got 11 still. Felix to Darwin for a -4. I probably wouldn't do that. Crystal ball time. How many points for Darwin game week 25? I'm gonna say 8 points for Darwin. I'm going to lowball it. Bueno or Andreas? I'd probably play Bueno. This is a -8 and will only get me 11 players out even when starting Greenwood and Bueno. Wow. De Bruyne to Salah, yes. Fernandes to Gakpo. Stones to Trent. Almiron to Iwobi. Yes, I generally like that. I'm not sure you're going to get a huge amount of minutes out of Gakpo, but might be worth the punt if you're then going to move him on to someone else. Thinking to do Mitrovic, Trippier out, Trent, Watkins in. This is for a -12 as Salah and Tarkowski already in. I mean, or shall I just do Darwin or Van Dijk in? No, I kind of like that, to be honest, if Mitrovic isn't playing. I would say if we don't find out in about the next 20 minutes if Mitrovic is playing, we're probably not going to. De Bruyne, Shaw to Salah, Tarkowski done. Would you do Bruno, Ake and Mitrovic to McNeil, Trent and Darwin -12? Oh my god, -12s. Or just Bruno and Mitrovic. I hate this. I hate telling people that I think so many hits are worth it. Bruno, Ake and Mitrovic to McNeil, Trent and Darwin, or just Bruno and Mitrovic to Gakpo and Darwin. I'd rather get Trent in, so I'd probably take the -12 if I'm honest. I can confirm it was on purpose. He'll always be Darren Noodles until he starts hauling. Fair play. You just spent $12 on Super. You just spent another $2 to tell me you'd spent $10 you'd already done. Appreciate it. I like Sarabia. To be honest with you, if you've not got the nostalgia like I do with McNeil, you could go for Sarabia instead. Keep advertising hits, it'll increase our ranks. Yeah, maybe. I can't hear McNeil without thinking of Futurama. I don't get the reference. I know what Futurama is, but I don't get that particular reference. Would you take a -8 for Mahrez and Felix to McNeil and Darwin? Probably not. Start Bueno or Rico Lewis? Bueno. De Bruyne to Salah, Wilson to Darwin, Gray to someone from -4. De Bruyne to Salah, Wilson. Yeah, I would do that. Foden, Mahrez, Grealish or Bowen this week only. Do you know what? I think you've got to go. I feel like you've probably got to go for a Man City player, so I would say Mahrez. But if I wasn't confident about who was going to start, I would just go for the punt on Bowen against Nottingham Forest at home. Ultra differential. But probably Mahrez is the one. De Bruyne to Salah, Wilson start. Oh, yeah, done that one. Chintan, Edison, Bueno, Robertson, Coleman, Garrett, midfield, Salah, Saka, Nonso. Done this with no hits. Any changes or a -4? Probably not. Looks fine. You got loads of playing players, loads of doubles, happy days, no hits. Jeez, you're in a good place. Kane to Darwin, Fernandes to Salah, Patterson to Tarkowski -8, and play Andreas, or Patterson to Tarkowski, Shaw to Robertson, Catford, Trent. No, I like the first. I like the Kane one. Kane to Darwin. This is for Jesmar. Kane, the Kane one. Kane, Bruno, Patterson to Darwin, Tarkowski, Salah -4. Yeah, anything. I mean, within reason, anything that's Kane out to get Salah in, I like. Obviously, if you can keep Kane and get Salah a different way, that could be good too. I'm confused as to why everyone is after Tarkowski. How many points do you expect from him? Would Mikalenko be a better option? I mean, I don't think the difference in points between Mikalenko and Tarkowski is going to be that much, really. I think Tarkowski just had a bit of goal threat the last few weeks. He's cheap, he's nailed. That's about it, really. I would hope for a clean sheet against Villa. So maybe 8 points, 6, 7, 8 points. The best part about visiting Galway is leaving it. I mean, no, definitely not. Kane Shaw to Trent Darwin for -8. I mean, I like Kane to Darwin to fund Salah. I guess it's also pretty good for Shaw. I probably would do that. I don't like. I think telling people to lose Kane is even worse than losing Mahrez. I think. I mean, would I do that? Probably yes, but I feel like you should go and ask someone else. I'm just all over the hits for Liverpool players. This could massively backfire. Darwin could start once, get no goals, come off in the next game, get no goals. Trent could concede twice, and Salah could get no points, and Saka could absolutely smash it. De Bruyne to Salah, Wilson to Darwin, Gray to -4. Yeah, I would do that. Who to get in for Gray? Depends how much money you got, I guess. Could go for Sarabia or McNeil or something like that. Lewis Tarkowski or Van Dijk -4. I would go for Van Dijk over Tarkowski. Do you think Saka or Salah will have the highest effective ownership? I'm starting to think it might be Salah, to be honest. Because I think Salah has been transferred in so much now, and I think a lot of people will go for him captain. And Saka's actually going to be the differential, which I'm not too happy about. I was hoping Salah would be. Yeah, Salah's been bought in by 718,000, and so many of those people will be in the top 1 million. Do I not worry about leaving transfers so close to the deadline? Site might go down. I don't think it's too much of an issue. Like, I think sometimes you can kind of tell how busy the site is going to be by how many people are watching, and there's less than 10,000. Whereas I think when the stream when it went down before, there was way more than that. And also, I think has it gone down twice? Maybe 2 or 3 times? Every time was because people were waiting to see if Haaland was starting or not. The only thing we've got this week is Mitrovic. I just don't think this is going to be as big of an issue. But I'm not going to wait until like the last 2 minutes. I'm not going to risk that. It's too big of a week for that. Just seeing if someone's... I thought someone had messaged me. Let me see. Nope. I don't think Patterson will play in either game, but he at most I think you get 1 pointer off the bench. No lineup news yet. Okay, Kane, Williams, and Lewis to Darwin, Robertson, and Tarkowski -8. Yes, I would do that. Viol and Gubo. Probably pronounced that wrong. I massively apologise. Brian, member for 6 months. Thank you very much. Kane to Darwin or Nketiah. If you have to do that, one of those moves, I would go Nketiah over Darwin, I think. More likely to get better minutes, I guess. I don't think either are necessarily great long-term picks, though. Watkins and Ake or Trent and Nyonto -4. I mean, if you've already got Watkins, I don't know why you'd necessarily sell him right now. So I'd probably say hold. Have you got another way you can get Trent in? Why is no one talking about Zinchenko? I think most people have got their triple Arsenal, so they're not really moving them around too much. How are people so unprepared? I have 11 playing and 7 doubling, no hits, missing Saka. Well, you should have prepared better and got Saka, shouldn't you? Chinese or Sunday roast? Sunday roast. I only really like the chicken, though. Not really a big fan of any other roast, to be honest with you. I'm a boring chicken kind of guy. Or turkey. Not that there's much difference. There is more upside captain in Salah as he has the highest seed, and Saka rarely gives a double-digit haul. Look, to be honest, this is one of those weeks where it could just be decided by penalties, right? Salah or Saka get a penalty or 2 each, and then suddenly they look like the best option. You can't really predict that, right? Mitrovic update. The update is there is no update. I'd rather have chicken over beef, yeah. Every time. Every single time. Whenever my mum used to do roast dinner, and then I'd be like, oh, great. And then later on I'd find out it was beef. I was always disappointed. Raptor is saying Mitrovic isn't playing. Maybe he's got early team news. I'm just checking my DMs. I just don't know who's going to really message about Fulham, to be honest. Although I guess we got the Arsenal stuff out of the blue last week. Yeah, Chewy B, that's what kind of puts me off a bit. Mopay or Cunha? I mean, they're both not great, I don't think. The only thing is with Mopay, he could be on penalties. Whether or not that's a good thing, because I don't think his penalties are that great. He could be on penalties, though, because Calvert-Lewin's not fit. Gray's not playing. I don't know if I can suggest more. I don't really like either. I feel like if I was buying one, I would probably buy more pay, but I don't really know why, if I'm honest. Jota, Firmino instead of Darwin. Nah, I mean, they're all probably going to not get 2 starts, but I think Darwin's the most likely. Which City mid? Mahrez. Mitrovic to Darwin and Shaw to Bueno, or Watkins, Tarkowski, Kilman -4. Possibly the second one, depending on who you're removing. Can you outline why you chose Mings over Kilman? Mings having a confirmed game in 28 is swaying towards him. I think you've got to remember, I picked Mings a couple of weeks ago. And it was basically because of that confirmed game in 28. I was kind of just preempting it. I mean, to be honest with you, given given the fact that I might end up using chips in 27-28, maybe if I go back again, I might have picked Kilman. But the reason was because he plays in 28, but I might not even need him. I might end up free hitting or something. So, I mean, if I'm picking this week, I'm picking Kilman, I think. Unless I know when I'm using my chips, which I don't. Want a Man City defender next few weeks, Ake or Walker? I would maybe go Ake, but my advice would probably be don't buy a Man City mid right now. Matip, Van Dijk. It's got to be Van Dijk, hasn't it, if you've got the money? Someone just said Mitrovic has travelled. I don't see anything on Twitter yet. Maybe I should be on the For You page instead of the following page. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Yeah, but I guess it's at home, true, yeah. Fair enough. But I guess you still got to travel down to the ground, right? I guess maybe do they get buses still? Or do they travel down separately when they're at home? But fair point, that probably was a troll. Salah minutes this week. I mean, I think we have to go on everything we know, and Salah's minutes are probably going to be, 160 plus? I think it would be really harsh if we captain Salah and he doesn't start twice. I know they've just played a European game, but how many times has he played in Europe and then played at the weekend? Especially when it's Tuesday to Saturday evening. And then the next game's on Wednesday. If Salah doesn't start twice, that is incredibly harsh for anyone that captains Salah. I'm just saying it now, rather than being hindsight. I think he has to start twice. Surely. Am I from Bristol? I was born in Bristol and I lived close-ish by for a long time. Yeah, Salah hasn't not started a Premier League game all season, but he has been benched before. Someone reminded me earlier about the Crystal Palace game where he came off the bench and got like 15 or 16 points, but still, he should start. At the end of the day, Liverpool are done with the Champions League unless a miracle happens. So they've only got the Premier League. They got to get top 4 now. They have to get top 4. You can't be benching Salah. He's the best attacker in that team. They should also be getting him way more central, but that's a whole different story. I wonder if one of the games they'll start with the 4-4-2. I feel like they've just gone back to 4-3-3, so they'll just keep it now. But 4-4-2 would be handy. Salah and Darwin up front. To start Bueno or Pereira. I'd start Bueno. Darwin and Kane out for a hit, worth it. Only if you're using the money to fund a move like Salah or Trent, maybe. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't do it. I'm just having a look if there's any other news. I don't think there's any. I'm not seeing any kind of leaks or anything. Jeez, I've just seen someone. Someone's just posted. Someone's taking a -20. Mental. I just want to do my trans now. I just want to finally own Darwin Nunez. I've talked him up a lot this season. I haven't had him in my team once. Nah, it's not my final team. The FPL Professor. Someone just posted it in the Discord, the members' Discord. Oh, what's FPL Salah done? Shaw, De Bruyne, Mitrovic to Tarkowski, Salah, Darwin. No Trent. He's playing Reece James. Patterson on the bench. Mahrez, though. Mahrez in there. I'd love it if Mahrez doesn't start. I don't know if he's starting or not, but I'd love it if he doesn't. I hate to say it. Darren Noodles for the win. Come on, Darren. I'm gonna. So if he scores, when are they? They're playing tomorrow night. If he scores, I'm gonna tweet that, and only the legends in this stream will know what I'm on about. Although I guess everyone else will put 2 and 2 together about who it is because it would have just scored. You think there's a good chance of Foden over Mahrez? I mean, I hope that happens. Like I said, I think there's a few players like in a lot when there's doubles and blanks. There's always a few players where it's not completely crazy to sell them, but you also don't like it. I think Mahrez is one of them. I think a lot of people could benefit from selling him to free up some money, but I really don't like it. Just learned that Salah has been spotted on the moon. 100% not starting tomorrow. He might still outscore Saka. Path, how's it going? Kane, Bruno, Cancelo for Darwin, Salah and Robertson. Yes, I mean you've still got Cancelo. Yes, I would do that. I would do that. For sure. That's why I hate having the City players. Yeah, but there's been a lot of upside recently, haven't they? Like, there's been a lot of upside in terms of the doubles and stuff, right? That's why people tripled up on it. It just so happens that Ederson has decided not to keep any clean sheets, and apart from against Wolves, I think, Mahrez smashed it for anyone that went for him, and Haaland didn't do quite as well as expected. That happens in FPL. It's the same as this week, right? I know Liverpool have not been as good this season as they usually are, but it's a double game week, right? So I feel like if you're someone that likes to go for upside, this is it now, Liverpool. But it could backfire. They could just do nothing. Why don't you read my comments? Your particular comment. There's 9,318 people watching, but why don't I read your comments? Well, I'm reading it now. I've been commenting almost every week for suggestion, but you always ignore me. My question is, will Patterson play at least one game? I mean, I gotta be honest. I've already talked about it in this stream, and I mentioned it on the video today. It's not like I haven't talked about it. I don't think so. Lewis to Van Dijk or Tarkowski. I think you got to go. I think Van Dijk is better than Tarkowski, but obviously he's more expensive. So if that's going to block you from doing other moves, it might be worth going for Tarkowski. Already -4. Ward to Pickford or Kane to Darwin or both. If you have to play Ward, then probably Ward to Pickford. I wouldn't do Kane to Darwin unless it's funding another move, I think. Daniel, how's it going? Have 5 blanks this week. Trippier, Estepinian, Rashford, De Bruyne and Tony. Who should I swap for who with 2 transfers? I mean, I don't really want to suggest who you should get and what you should do because I don't know the rest of your team, so it's pretty difficult. But I would say that De Bruyne to Salah is an obvious move. And then I guess Estepinian and Tony both have doubles, so you can maybe get rid of Trippier for Trent if you can afford it. Any thoughts on Bueno, Emerson, Perot? I mean, they're all not great. If you have to have one this year, I'd probably have Bueno, I think. Gakpo and Trent in for a -4. I can't afford Salah. It's okay, but I wouldn't expect more than one start from Gakpo. I might be wrong, but I just feel a little bit less comfortable with Gakpo than I am with Darwin, to be honest. Could be massively wrong. I should do I'll do my transfers in like 5 minutes. A second. Oh. Get your live data. You were watching the stream in the past and you thought the timer was wrong. Oh, you mean... Yeah, okay. So you've rewound back a bit by mistake, maybe. Oops. Oh, I see people going for Sarabia. Oh, Liverpool leaks. No, I asked. To see if I could find out if Darwin was starting. The thing is, even if you knew the Liverpool team for tomorrow, it doesn't really help for the second game either. Hope Mitrovic is out and Pereira gets a penalty. Do you know what? I'm sick of people getting Pereira jam. Sick of it. Although, to be fair, if you know Mitrovic is out, then it's fair to take in the new information that he would be on penalties. It does help for tomorrow, yeah. I guess it's always nice. It's always nice to know that they're starting in the first game, I guess. Because if Darwin doesn't start tomorrow, then you're like, oh, is he going to get me anything in the second game? It's not quite as fun, is it? Robertson or Van Dijk, Robertson. De Bruyne to Salah, White to Trent, Kane to Darwin, Mahrez to Saka, -8. Saka captain after Klopp's comment about players carrying a knock and they play 3 and 8. Sounds okay to me, yeah? Play free hit this week, teams in the shambles. Free hit might be viable for your team, but you would know that better than me. I mean, if you've got 6 blanking, you can put 3 on the bench and you could use transfers on the rest. So it depends what you want to do. White, Trippier, Mitrovic for Tarkowski, Trent and Nketiah. White, Trippier, Mitrovic with Tarkowski, Trent, and Nketiah. You sounds okay to me, yeah? Greetings from Mexico. Hello. Is minus 16 worth a free hit? I mean, possibly, but it depends who you're removing. Like, if you're removing players like Shaw and Patterson, then they're okay, really. You don't necessarily want them next week. There's no Mitrovic news. I'm looking forward to the slanky deflected goal past Ederson while Kepa saves a penalty and hauls again. It probably will happen. I tweeted that earlier. You might have seen it. I said, like, everyone else is thinking about all these hits, and I'm just hoping that Ederson can outscore Kepa. Oh, someone's just reminded me, though. I could do Ederson to Pickford for -4 and get another double game weeker in. And they've got Nottingham Forest away next week, whereas Man City have got to play Newcastle at home. They're going to concede in that game. They're going to concede. I've not changed my team because I'm basically waiting for Mitrovic news, but I also just want to make the move regardless of Mitrovic. Who do Everton have in game week 27? Brentford at home. Maybe I should go for Pickford. Double game week, Nottingham Forest away, Brentford at home. Double game week, Nottingham Forest away versus Bournemouth away, Newcastle home, Palace away. I'm just going to keep Ederson, I think. Oh, it's a Pickford, though. Pickford's like a save master. Although, how many saves has he made recently? 0, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. I'm going to keep Ederson. I'm going to keep Ederson. He owes me. Honestly, Ederson owes me so much at this point. 1 clean sheet. Sell Mahrez or Rashford for Saka. I mean, I guess you've got to sell the guy without a fixture, but I don't like it. Firmino worth a punt if you can't afford Darwin. No, I would just go elsewhere. If you're not getting Darwin as a Liverpool forward, just ignore the other forwards. In my opinion. I mean, Firmino might get 1 start, the same as Darwin, but there's less of a chance, I would say. Me crazy. I don't think FPL's crashed that much, really, apart from the around Haaland. I'll make the move. Look, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. Have you noticed the amount of left footers in everyone's team? So I'm going to get rid of Ake for Trent. So that's losing a left footer. Mings is left footed. Gabriel is left footed. Salah is left footed. I'm going to get in McNeil, who's left footed. Yeah, fair enough. Odegaard, is he left footed? Or is he right footed? I don't even know. Saka is left footed. Darwin is right footed. So I'd have 5, right? Ake's going, though. Ake's going. Odegaard is left, is he? Is Mings right footed? I thought he was left footed. Is he? Why do I... No, Mings is left footed, isn't he? Sure he is. Am I... Yeah, Mings is left footed. Yeah, abnormal amount of left footers. Maybe that's where the points have all been hiding. Although I've had Ake for ages. He's been rubbish. Don't know. Alright, I think we've got to do moves. I think we've got to do the moves. We're not going to find out about Mitrovic. And I want to get rid of him anyway, I think. So I think we just do it. Plus, I'm just going to feel better about having McNeil in my team. McNeil. Darwin. Oh, I'm 0.1 million off doing Mings to Trent. I could do Mings to Robertson. But I'm going to sell Ake, I think. Leaves me 0.6 in the bank. Nearly another D-Ream moment. Bloody D-Ream. All right, no more super chats now because I won't get to them. Nah, I'm not going to Wobie. I'm not going to Wobie. How am I getting Tony in later? I don't think Darwin will be in my team that long, to be honest. I mean, I could get Tony in game week 26. I could get Tony in 26 for Darwin and keep hold of McNeil for one more week. I'm telling you now, right? All these plans to get in Sarabia and Iwobi and McNeil as 1 week punts, something will happen, and we'll have to keep them for another week. Copying FPL tips transfer as usual. I mean, I literally put out a tweet 10 days ago talking about McNeil. I mean, have you seen what transfers people are making this week? Everyone's basically doing the same. Yeah, Tony is close to... I was thinking about that, though, the Tony yellow card situation. So he's still... 6 minutes, hang on. He's still two yellow cards away from a 2-match suspension. So even if he got one in game week 26 and then got one against Everton, I guess it's not just the double. Yeah, he would miss game week 28. Well, he's going to miss 28 anyway. So it would depend on what... It depends on what chips I'm playing about whether I would do that. But if I was going to play a wild card or something soon, I might just risk it with Tony, to be honest, because I probably would captain a Brighton midfielder anyway if that was the situation. It's a little bit different to when we captain Mitrovic because there wasn't another real double game we could go with. Whereas when Tony doubles, if the yellow cards are a worry, you can just captain a Brighton player instead. So it's a little bit different. Does McNeil get 2 shirts on the wall if he gets 4 goals? I'll tell you now, if McNeil comes out of a score that I think is suitable for a shirt, I might get him put on the wall twice. One with an Everton shirt, one for a Burnley shirt. Who would deserve it more than McNeil? Because what a great story that is. Smashing it on the bench then smashing it in a double. Okay, so Ake, Fernandez, Mitrovic to Trent, McNeil, Darwin. Last quick check on Twitter for any news about Mitrovic. Okay. By the way, they got to get rid of these buttons. They're all too close together. It's really bad. All right, we're in. -4. I feel like -4 in the grand scheme of things this week is not that bad, given what everyone else is doing. I gotta be honest, I think that team looks so nice, apart from maybe Mings. Double game week heaven. Yeah, I don't think for people keeping Ake, I don't think it's necessarily a bad move, but I can't get Trent in for Mings, and I think I'm okay playing Mings next week. And also, if Ake and Ederson were to lose their clean sheets, that would do my head in. So I'm going. If you want to become a YouTube member, there should be a link on the main channel page. Or there's a link in the description if you want to sign up and become a member. Weekly live streams and all that good stuff. Greenwood will come on anyway, so it doesn't matter if he's third bench. That's it. That's the team. We've still got 4 minutes or so. There's not too much to worry about with the bench because they're not playing anyway. Captain Salah. I'm gonna regret this. Salah owes me. You owe me, Salah. By the way, you know what the bad thing is this week? Salah, Saka, and Haaland, even with a single game, it will probably all be over 100% effective ownership. So whichever two of the 3 you don't captain, you're gonna need to blank, which sucks. Absolutely sucks. Who plays first, by the way? I think Arsenal play at 3 o'clock, don't they? And Liverpool play at 7:45. Oof. Oof. Do. Yeah, I think for a -4 it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I guess a lot of people are going to be on similar teams, but they will have mostly taken more hits. I think Mings is probably the biggest weak link. McNeil's obviously the best option in there. McNeil's the best player in there. Would you rather start a Kanji or Pereira? Probably Pereira. I think. I haven't seen Mitrovic news, but maybe he'll start, maybe he doesn't. But either way, I'm kind of happy with Darwin. I will be a little bit annoyed if Mitrovic scores tonight, but I'm going to watch Galway, so screw it. I don't have to watch Mitrovic either way. So, Captain McNeil, do you know what? If I really didn't care about my team, I would be tempted. I would be tempted to just roll with it. Makes me happy. Makes me feel this way. Mitrovic is starting. According to who? I'm really worried I've messed something up, by the way. I keep going back to it. The first time owning Darwin as well. Looking forward to it. Why no Kane? Oh, come on. Come on, I haven't had to put up with a why no Kane question for about 2 weeks. I certainly don't need him now. Kane's got Chelsea at home. Why do I hate Kane? He played in Newcastle once. Why no Liverpool goalkeeper? I just don't think it's worth a hit to go from Edison, that's all. Captain Darwin? I wouldn't. I would probably go Saka and Salah if you've got one of them. Saka or Salah. I'm going Salah, but who knows? Maybe Xhaka will be the one. Salah owes us. No penalties all season. 0 penalties for Liverpool. Good way of playing Treaty, yeah. Okay, we're nearly locked in. One of the biggest game weeks this season, I would say. With the blank and the double. Am I not worried about Salah's minutes? Honestly, like I said earlier, if Salah doesn't start both games, I think that's incredibly harsh given the minutes he's had all season. And also, as I've said for a long time, the first time Salah does get a penalty, he's probably going to miss it as well. Which would be an absolute nightmare. I've only seen one account saying that Mitrovic and Bueno starts, but I don't know how. I don't know if they're trustworthy or not, so I can't really help you, to be honest. Yeah, look, it's not. I don't think it's necessarily. Yeah, it could be disaster. It could be a disaster. It could be a disaster, but hopefully it's good. Oh man, that's a long question with 1 minute with 16 seconds to the deadline. Kepa, Bueno, Trent. Oh, Tarkowski, Gabriel, Martinez took a -8. Thoughts on the team? Okay, sorry, I thought you were gonna ask for transfers. Bueno, Trent. Oh, he looks pretty good. Yeah, happy days. Mitrovic bench per Ornstein. Really, he wouldn't really say anything. Why would he be tweeting about it? You're just trolling. You're just trolling. Doo-doo. We are locked in. We are locked in. Salah is captain. It's been a while. It's been a while, but Salah is captain. I can't wait for it to go horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. Good night, Irene. Yeah, that's what I'm listening to. How do you know that? Was I humming it? Oh, it's not Good Night, Irene. Oh, I'm not listening to that actually either, but I'm not listening to that. And I just realised you've just said that because it's game over. Because the site's down. Salah will score a hat-trick against Wolves. I mean, probably not, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot about the poll. Yeah, most people going for Salah captain. Interesting. I think Ake will start. I think you'll be okay with Ake this week. 12,000 votes. 12,000 votes, 55% going for Salah. Nice. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit. Maybe I guess this stream's maybe more likely to do that, but I think he will be quite highly captained. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, make sure to give it a like. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Good luck this week. We will do a knee-jerk stream on Sunday. There's only one game on Sunday, Spurs and Chelsea. Oh, it's because of the Carabao Cup, of course. So we'll do a stream on Sunday. And obviously then we'll have the last 2 games. I mean, there's going to be a lot. People are going to... I've got like 7 players left. No, is it 7? eight players left to play still on that Wednesday, so it's going to be interesting. But we'll do like a bit of a recap on Sunday. Sunday's stream's going to be interesting because we won't really be able to answer anything new because we don't have all the FA Cup results. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, make sure to give the stream a like if you enjoyed it. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Enjoy your weekend. Good luck. Hopefully Mitrovic blanks. Hopefully Edison keeps a clean sheet and Ake doesn't. And hopefully Edison finally outscores Kepa. More importantly, hopefully Salah outscores Saka. Or at least just get some points for once. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Come on, Dwight McNeil. I'll catch you all later.